All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to demo the cylinder support. And so the way that we're going to do that is we're going to start with the bracket design, and the bracket design have all my layers here. So rather than reinvent the wheel, I'm just going to come here to my layers and my bracket design, and I'm going to go to uh, the layer states manager. I'm going to say new, and I'm going to call it bracket design or whatever you want. Eventually you could just call it your template, whatever you need. All right, so there it is. Then we export it and make sure it's a .las. Wherever you put it, make sure you know where you put it. All right, and say, and then you close it. And so now what you want to do is make a new drawing here. Just verify that you're in, we're going to go in inches. So I would say new here, and this is in inches. So I'm imperial, so that's good. When it's open, then the first thing you're going to need to do is make sure that you have, go to the line type in your layers, and you'll notice it's probably only one there. So hit load, and then you want to go on the Windows, Control A, select everything, okay. And then you'll know they're there. If you go to your layers here, you'll see that they're all there. All right. And then what I'll do is I'll go again to the layer states manager, and we'll say import, make sure it's a .las, and then find the file that you exported. And there's mine, bracket design 2, open, restore states. And this little trick until you notice all the layers automatically populate with all the line type and all that. Cool. All right, so here we go. We've got this, we're going to do just 2 views on this one. We're going to call this the front. And again, the reason why it's the front is because we're working in a horizontal format. And so if, because that's the front view, that means the top is going to be that depth. It's not going to be as long. So here we go. So let's go ahead. We're going to make sure our layers, our construction is our active layer. So construction is there. That should be good. I'll come to my document here, and I'll make my construction lines. Am I doing that right? All right, construction lines, good. So I'll go draw. I'll start at my, let's go to horizontal, 0, 0, enter. And then hit escape. If I don't see anything, go to my top view here. There it is. Again, we'll do the same exact, and this time we'll say vertical, 0, 0, enter. All right, and then escape. And so what we need to do is, sometimes people will work, they'll start, this is the sound of the object. I'm just going to go ahead and make this, the height of this will be 2 inches. So I'll come here to my offset, type in 2 for the distance, because that's the diameter. Select this line here and go up with it. Now I don't really see it, so let's just see what happened to it. So let's go top, and sometimes it's really far in. There it is. Okay, and then it's always good, even though we're in the construction, just to verify that. All right, and then the width here is going to be 2.25 plus half the diameter of 2, which is going to be 1. So let's go offset again, and we'll type in 3.25. Hopefully that's right. I'm doing this on the fly here, so bear with me. It's always good to write all this down, but that looks like that's it. Then I'm going to make a gap of 2 inches. You just want to be consistent with the spacing, and students will ask why 2 inches. It's really just make sure you have enough space in between, and it also depends on the media that you're using, but 2 inches will work for my application. So I'll go offset again, and I'll type in 2. And there it is. I'll do it again. It's a live command, so I can just keep hitting enter, and that's 2. And then, so this is going to be my top view. So then what is the depth on this? It looks like the depth is 1.5. So I'll go offset. I just want to set this up first, offset 1.5. And there it is. And that this has to be the same here, right? So then I shouldn't change anything. Offset should be 1.5. Whatever the depth is from the top view is going to be the same on this front view. All right. And so for kicks here, let's just go ahead and label these. So you don't need to do this, but this can be helpful. So I'll type in text, and I'm just going to label this front. Ooh, Bad Smith. Let's do that again. Text and label this front. Probably a little bit too big. Smith. You got this. All right, text, enter. That was a little too big anyway. All right. Click out of it, hit escape, and then I'll just, so I don't have to torture everybody, copy, Control V. This will be my top. And then this will be my side view. Actually, we're just doing the side view, so my apologies, but that's okay. All right, so Control V. Yeah, I think I said that we're going to do 2, but it's all right. Okay, so there we go. So now what I'll do then is let's make this circle here. What I would do is I'm going to need a construction line anyway, so let's go ahead and put that in there. So I'll say offset, and half of 2 is obviously 1. So I'll say 1, enter. And then I'll do the same here. All right, and then I'll make my circle here. So then I might go, I like to just, honestly, it's easier for me just to go center diameter right here. And I should just be able to snap it or just type in 2. And then, so that's going to be that outside. Let's make the inside center diameter. This one's going to be 1.5. Maybe we'll zoom in a little bit here so we see what's going on here. So then throw it real quickly into my object line. And there's my object line. That's good. For now, I'm going to go ahead and just change this to yellow so you can all see. But you'll notice that it actually is blue, but we'll just change it to yellow just so you can see it a little bit better. And then I'll make this line here, and I'll just build this out. So come here, come up 0.75, enter. Oh, come on, Smith, you got this. Come up 0.75, enter. And then I have my tangent already set, so I could type tan and then snap it there. And then let's just make sure I've got these 3 lines here, and I'll put this into my object line. And then let's add another line here. So I'll say offset. And then I'll type in, going back, this 3.75. I think that's 3/8, 3.75. Enter. All right, and then this will be another line here. That's right there. Okay, so that'll go into my object line. And then depending on which view you're going to do here, you know, if I was going to do the front view, so I think that is it. Now I have to draw a hidden line here. So let's do it from the front, and then I'll make that. So what I'll do is I'm going to just make an, so it's always very helpful then to I'm going to kind of cheat here, make a little shortcut. I'll snap right here and make sure it's at 0 degrees. All right, that's good. So there's going to be a rectangle there. I know that I have to come in 0.5 inches. So I'll say offset. And it's going to come in. It says it's comes in 0.5. Enter. And so I'll just, so we don't get confused here, let's draw a rectangle. And maybe what I'll do, just so you can see a little bit better, is we'll make the object line the active layer. And I'll make a rectangle here, so you can see what's going on here. All right, there's the rectangle. That's going to be this right here. Behind it is a circle, but from what we'll see, it's going to be actually a square. So that'll be there. And then what I need to do is make another offset. I need to figure out where that intersection occurs. So I'll grab the construction line and I'll snap it right here. And very carefully come here with it. And then let's throw this back into the construction line. And so I know that that's going to be that part, and it tells me it's 1/2 inch wide. So let's do an offset, and it's 0.5, and snap that. And so that is going to be this line. So I'll grab a line and I'll come from here. Let's see, how is this going to work? So, oh, I've got a slant there. So I'm going to actually from here to there. I'll turn this construction line off so you don't get confused. And I'm going to build that line, 2 lines here. This line coming over. And coming over, and then coming down, and let's turn the construction lines off so we can see where we are. Construction line off. And so far, so good, I think, right? So let's get this out of the way here. So now I need to make this hole here, and there's a hidden line. So maybe let's turn these construction lines back on. Construction line, I'm going to make this my active layer. And so let's draw the offset here. It says it's 0.375 up. So offset 0.375, enter, select this line here, come up. And so at this intersection here, it says it is over 0.375. So again, offset, and this one is 0.75, 3/4 of an inch. And that's where it's going to be. So then I know the hole here, circle diameter, hole is going to be, if I did that right, that's going to be 0.25. 25, enter. And let's make sure that's on the right layer. And then I'll make the construction lines going over for my hidden lines. All right. And so what I'll do is I will say, I could actually just offset that. I could type in offset. So 2 ways of doing it. Let's just do one I could do here. I could just say draw, make this construction line there, bring it over, or you could just offset it 0.125, but let's just probably easier. You just have to be careful when you snap like this, because sometimes I go too fast and I don't do it perfectly 180 degrees. But so there's going to be my hidden line. So what I'll do then is I'll go line, and this is going to be my hidden line. So I'll go here to my layer, and this is going to be hidden. And the great thing is I don't really need to check it because I've already done this. I could mirror it, or let's just do it again. It's probably easier. Just make another line. All right, and so this one's going to go another hidden line, and then let's make a center line right there. So I could go here and make another line. Remember, when you make a center line, you always want to go beyond the part. All right, so there it is. It's hard to see. That's going to be my center line. All right, and then let's turn these layers off here. Construction. Maybe we'll make the object the active layer. Turn this off. And so there you go. Now, I think the center line that the layer is selected, it might be a little bit, let's see here. Let's see let's see which one it is. I might want to change that. So this is center line. Let's change this to a 0.5. I think that's the one we actually want. And then let's maybe make this a little bigger. All right, there it is. Okay, so you might want to play around with that and just make sure you want to make sure that even though it's red, you want to make sure that you actually do see the center part of that. So it's indicating that it's a center line. All right, so whatever you got to do that. All right, type an M for move. And just maybe I'll center that a little bit. All right, whatever. Okay, so there we go. So now let's continue working on this. So I could go to my dimension, center mark, select this line here, and let's throw that into the center line. Okay, so a couple more hidden lines to do. Let's turn our construction back on. Construction line. This is going to be this hidden line here. So I'm kind of cheating here. I should just make that line. I would advise you to make that construction line. Don't know why I didn't. All right. And getting closer to getting this thing done. So these are the hidden lines. We're going to need a center line here. So let's actually, while we're doing it, sometimes it's easier just to go make this the active layer. And we'll say dimension, center mark, and then we'll make a hidden line here. So we'll make a hidden line here. All right, and then for something like this, typically what you would do is let's just turn this construction line off so you can see what's going on here. All right, so far so good. Remember, we also have a dimension and a separate layer for dimensions on this one. So maybe what I might do is take a line here and make sure I got some space, but go beyond the part. And to keep it looking all consistent, I would say mirror, M-I-R-R-O-R, select the line here, push enter, center mark, center point is going to be right here. And then where did my copy go? Come on, Smith, let's try that again. Mirror, oh, copy, sorry, rotate is what I want to do. Rotate, sorry about that. Select this line here, enter, base point right here. We want to copy it, come down, then I'll do it again. Rotate, select objects, base point. Make sure we say copy. All right, there you go. All right, so you can see what I'm doing here. Oh, what happened? What happened? What happened? How did I do that? That's off. What did I do? That's probably bad teacher. Okay, so something just went awry there. Let's look at the construction lines. Sometimes when I go with the hidden lines, it happens. I don't set my hidden lines up properly. They come at an angle, but let's see here. What did I do wrong there? Let's just build that again. Not sure what happened there. Anyway, keep moving this along, move. Make sure we got that spacing we want there. All right. Okay, so let's see where we are. I think we're pretty much, I think we're done with most of the pieces. Now what I would do is go to my my dimensions, turn that, make this my active layer, and then essentially copy what the textbook is showing us. So diameter. And so what I might do with my dimension is rather than what I might do then is we can do this later. We changed it to the proper tolerance, but let's just build these out real quick, right? So both of them are diameters. So I should just be able to push enter. I think that's the same command. And so, oops, let's do that again. Enter. Okay, 1.5. So really, to do this right, you really need the top view to dimension all this, but we'll just see what we can do here. And I'm just going to copy the dimensions that the textbook is using. It actually looks accurate. Okay. So if you had chose to do the top view also, this is what I would do now. Let's turn the construction lines on. Then what you would do is make sure you have your, this is going to be on the wrong layer, but we'll fix that real quick here. Make sure that's at 45 degrees. Let's turn this back to our construction line. And then I'm going to probably make the top, because if you were actually going to dimension this properly, that's how you would do it here. So then again, let's just draw a couple more construction lines. Really be careful if you're doing it the way that I'm doing it. If you're just going to snap your construction line, make sure that it says 90 and you're not just racing through it like I am doing right now. So there is my rectangle. Let's put this one into our object line. And then I might also make construction lines, or if you're cheating like I'm going to do, I would snap here because I already have that. It essentially is a construction line, right? And I could type in mirror. You just have to be careful when you do that, because sometimes you're going too quickly and it's not at that 90 degree, and that's when things go awry. And this is going to be my hidden line. And then I might throw a line in here to represent my center line if I'm working from right to left. Center line. All right, then I've got to draw this piece out. So this right here, this back piece would come from here. I would probably, let's add another construction line, because you really do need it. So construction line right, yeah, I had it. Okay, and that tells me that's where this line starts. from here. And I would draw this out, and then it comes down. I could just manually do this, but it comes down 1 inch. And it comes over to that other construction line. And then it comes up. That would come in 0.5. I should use my construction lines, but I come back here to there. Let's go ahead and throw all those lines into the object line, and then let's turn the construction lines off so we can see what your crazy teacher has done today. Turn construction lines off. Why don't we turn our object line as an active layer so it doesn't give me an error sound. There we go. All right, so it looks like I missed a line, but let's go ahead and just snap that on there. Okay, and then I need to draw the hidden lines. So hidden lines would be that circle. It's probably best if I have that here. So let's turn the construction lines back on, and then we'll make this. So what I need to do is find the center for my construction line. It really is a much better way to do it. I'm going to come up here where it intersects. That's the center of that hole. So that might be enough that I need. Construction, and then I'm going to draw a center line coming here. That's going to be my center line. Make sure that we see it as a center line. It's showing us the center line icon. And I could then, the thing to do, it says that the diameter is 0.25. So half of that is 0.125. So I could just say offset and take that 0.125. And then draw my hidden line over here. And then I would mirror it over, turn this into a hidden line. I'm going a little fast, but it's okay. And then I would type in mirror. Select this line. You can always pause this video and slow it down if you need to. All right. Enter. Let's turn that construction line off, see where we are. So even though I'm going really fast, I am using those construction lines. And then I feel like I'm probably missing some things. So obviously, you want to just confirm everything before you submit your assignments. I am going very quickly. Let's add a couple more dimensions here. So you never need to do more than, if you have 1 inch here, you don't need to show it up here, right? If you show the diameter here, you only need to show it in one place. You only need to show it in one place. And so then what have I not shown? There's a couple things I haven't shown. So let's maybe go from the center of this. You can dimension to hidden center lines. You just can't dimension to hidden lines. All right. So there's that, and I'll change that, and then maybe add some dimensions here. My dimensions feel really big, to be honest with you, but that's okay. All right. So dimension here, 0.375, 1 diameter. Let's make sure. So just what I would do is just make sure that you look at the drawing, make sure that you're showing everything that it's showing. And the height of this, I need to show to the center there. So I need to show that also. So that's going to be from here to the bottom. All right. You could throw it either side is fine. I think no, 0.75. I have a couple more dimensions, so I could put this this dimension here. Again, whenever you dimension, less is more. You really want to use the least amount of information possible. I know it might sound counterintuitive, but if you could just dimension forever on these things. So just make sure that you have everything. I think I have everything. I don't have 0.5 here. Again, make sure that you are not following mine, but you are actually going to you want to inspect it first. So I'm going to trim this here, trim. That doesn't need to be there. And I'm doing this live. So now what I might do is go into my format, dimension style, and let's see if we can say modify. I'm not sure if I have to have the layer on. Let's see here, 0.100. Maybe I'll scale it down just a little bit. Let's say 0.7. All right. And say, okay, set current. Hopefully I did that right. Okay, there we go. All right. So that is the gist of it. And I think we're probably in a good place here. Again, and so, this one right here, what I might do, if you look here, oh, don't want to delete that. Sorry. Oh, Control Y. Come on. Control Y. Bad teacher. Okay. Again, so we went to dimension. We went to dimension style. And real quick, set current. Let me just go modify. What we did is we changed it to 0.7. And then we also did the primary units. And so the problem with that primary unit was that it changed this one. And it's funny. There it is. Let's delete this. All right, let's just do this again. Okay. So if this is the case, then what I would do is then go to the your properties, and you could just do it here, change the precision on this one. This is probably the way I do it. And there's actually another one right here. So just, inspect it before you submit it. I'm going very quickly, and I usually make a couple errors because I don't really spend any time looking at it, but I think that this is going to be all you need to do.